All right, my friend. So in this one, I just want to talk about, why I feel like working overtime or looking for a job that pays you more is not the answer to what you're looking for, right? And before I get into that, I just want to kind of get into the backdrop of how this all came about. I was talking to a friend of mine who recently just got her a new home. She got her a new car. And I kind of feel bad because, she really looked up to me, She looked up to me and, just kind of wanted to model her life after mine. So she took the same steps I took, got a car and a home. And, I'm in a different ecosphere now. Like, the way I'm looking at it all is different, right? Because it makes no sense to overexpand yourself if, if you haven't built anything tangible yet. So, basically what I'm saying is, we don't really like our 9-to-5 jobs. So why would we go out and create expenses for ourselves that prolongs that? It keeps us at that 9-to-5 longer than we would want to be there, right? Now, if you're just there to make money, that's different, right? But if you got goals and you working towards those goals, then you need to be trying to figure out how can you get out of there the fastest, right? So, I feel like, when people choose to make the decision that they're going to work overtime, it's like, how does that add up, right? Because, if you got a side hustle, you have to invest hours into that side hustle so that side hustle can eventually become your main hustle. So I was listening to a talk by Gary Vee, and he mentioned that it's really not about how many hours you put into your side hustle. It's really about what you're doing every other hour that you're not at work, right? Every hour that you're not at your 9-to-5, what are you doing? Do you watch a lot of TV on Netflix? Do you play a lot of video games? Do you like hanging out with friends? What do you do? So once you master or audit every other hour and really get your time blocked off, you can allocate more time to the side hustle, right? The more time you can give it, the faster it grows. It's basic mathematics. So if I extend my, 8-hour workday to a 11-hour workday, which leaves me with about, 4 or 5 more waking hours in the day. If you get off at 8, something like that. What time or energy do you really have to put towards your side hustle? So I'm telling you guys, like, making more money at your 9-to-5 by working overtime is not the answer. What are you trying to make more money for exactly, right? Because if you don't have enough money right now to invest in your brand, your personal brand, like your Facebook and Instagram ads, then you already have overexpanded yourself. And you need to rethink your bills, rethink your overhead, and take a step back. And that's why I said I feel bad, because, this friend of mine, she looked up to me and she just kind of like followed my footsteps. But, I'm learning too. I'm learning as well. So, I just see the trap people fall into, guys. Like, if you got to work overtime to make more money at your job, then, man, your bills. What are your expenses? What are you trying to buy? That's what needs to be audited, because at the end of the day, to each his own. But if you say you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you want to build something successful, or you hate your 9-to-5, then what are you doing on the hours that you're not at work? Because that's what matters. Right now, I literally just got straight off work here and just decided to do this podcast because I felt like this was much more important, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, if you need, like, also I got friends who, like, they want to go into better positions at Quicken Loans, like, mortgage banking. They think that because they make an extra $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year, that's the answer. Now they can do more and be more. But we've been misled, y'all. We've been so misled in our society. Like millennials, like most millennials have figured it out, but a lot of them are still like just caught up in media. What media puts out or controls about what the American dream should be, right? Because I thought it was, go to school, get your degree, get you a good job, find you a house, get you a relationship, have you some kids, and bada boom, bada beam. And every year I get older, like, just different things about, that fake reality that was put in front of me. It's just so different now. It's just changed. I don't even want a big house no more. Like, I don't care about nothing fancy no more, guys. Because we've been misled on what success actually is. Like, success is not having $1 million. I'm sorry. I've never been able to laugh about this before. I've never been able to laugh and say success is not having $1 million. It's not having $1 billion. Okay? You can be successful making $50,000 a year. Success is the person who does what they deliberately want to do every day, not being forced to do anything. So that's success, right? When your no means no and your yes mean yes, right? When you can wake up and be in a good fucking mood. Weekends don't matter no more. Mondays aren't dreadful. That is success, right? So the man who works at the corner gas station, this is the example that Earl Nightingale used before. The man who works at the corner gas station and who's working at that gas station because that's what he deliberately wants to do with his time, he's already a success. The woman who wants to be a school teacher and is doing a really good job at being a school teacher is already successful. The woman who wants to be a wife and mother and is doing a phenomenal job at being a stay-at-home wife and mother is already successful. It doesn't matter the amount of money she has, right? So you need to ask yourself, like, if your idea of success is making a lot of money, you finish. You need to rethink that. Your idea of success should be what gives you fulfillment. Something that you can do day in and day out that you know in your heart of hearts will fulfill you. So obviously when you're young, I'm 26. I think I found it. That shit can change in 10 years. So the goal right now, especially when you're young, is we have to taste shit, right? Because finding your passion is like finding your favorite food. You won't know. You didn't know that you like caviar till you tasted it. So you got to taste shit, right? Everything ain't gonna taste good. But that's why you keep exploring. You use your biggest asset right now, being young, which is your time. And I often thought 30 was old, 40 was old. Like I said, we've been extremely misled, y'all. You're not old until you're 60, right? And even if you're 60, you still got time. Like Colonel Sanders started really hustling when he was 65. The founder of KFC. He didn't start getting on his shit until he was 65. He had so many ventures in his life that failed up until that point, but was still going. Like, what the hell has gotten into this old man to want to be successful so bad? And he did it, y'all. He did it. But like I said, I just want to do this rant real quick for all my friends who think working overtime is the answer or getting a job that pays you more is the answer. If you have to work right now just to get better at your craft, then you obviously want to do something that brings you joy. Even if you don't make a lot of money, you mastering that craft, which is going to make you a living eventually. Mastering the craft. Finding a better job that makes you more money is not the key. So start putting out content around the thing that you love. Put out content within the ecosphere of whatever your passion is. You know what I'm saying? If you like wrestling, you need to put out content about wrestling, whether it be a podcast, some pictures, some vintage photos. It doesn't matter. Figure it out. All right. So I hope this one was helpful, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.